What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Download Simulator. That's right. The power went out yesterday, and PlayStation does this fun thing where it doesn't resume sleep mode until you boot the console up. And then it returns to normal function. So naturally, I'm getting ready for stream, turn the PlayStation on. Comes up with your console did not properly shut down. And I'm like, gosh darn it. So here we are. We've got just a little bit of downloading left to go, but I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you all had a good weekend. We're going to be playing some 2K25 this evening. Playing TGC tours. More plat rounds as could be expected. We actually had a good tournament, top 10, I think. And then the Open did not go so well. And then we rebounded last week with, I think it was a T12. So it was pretty good. That's pretty good. We're starting to get some events back under our belt, start moving. We jump back into the top 100 WGR. We'll see what we can do in the next few weeks here. But yeah, good to see everybody. Kyle, welcome back. Mole again. Thank you for the sub again. 6 months. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. Carl, enjoy your lurk. Oh, man. You know, you would think having hundreds of megabits per second download hardwired would result in a faster upload, a faster download than this. It's genuinely very impressive how poor the download throughput can be on consoles. I don't know if that's some sort of weird optimization or lack thereof. I feel like it's always been a thing where it just feels like you're gated. And maybe that's something to do with PlayStation Network or Xbox Live. You know, whenever you're downloading on those things, more so than your internet. But I always feel like, which is a pain then, because you've got stuff that's so digital. You're downloading these games that are, my goodness, 100, 150 gigs. It's like the old DSL days. Well, I'll start it tonight, and hopefully it'll be done sometime tomorrow. You know, man, I remember the old days of just trying to download an album of music or something on. We had one or 1.5 megabit download back in the day. And that was I had 1.5 megabit download from 2004 to 2013 or 2014, somewhere in that time frame. So yeah, a good decade living through all of high school and everything with terrible download. It's DSL's not great, but DSL definitely had modernized, at least to a certain extent by then. RJ, thank you for the luck, man. Yo, what up, Zan? How are you doing, dude? Remember the OG dial-up? I have faint memories of it. I was still fairly young when we got out of dial-up and into DSL, but I remember the improvement in speed that we got when it went to DSL. It felt so fast, which knowing what we know now is slow as dirt. But I remember it being I remember the day. It was a rainy day. I remember we had MSN. So we had the MSN browser and stuff. You know, you boot that thing up and it was just I forget it had some hello. It had some greeting message or something when you booted it up, and then it was it felt so fast. It felt so fast. You had all the little adapters on your landline so that you could utilize the DSL and also be able to be on the phone at the same time. Crazy. Crazy concept. Crazy concept that was. Like, can you imagine all this power, but you were still limited by the fact only one person could be on the internet at a time? You've got some stupid smart device that's like competing with you. I feel like we're gonna end up in this bunker, but let's try and not let that happen. Original AOL user, the CD disk, AOL interface software. Yeah, we didn't have AOL, which is probably why I really missed out on like I mean, you could say missed out on it or maybe lucked out by not, you know. I didn't have AIM because of that. So like I was very late to that party. Like I think it was one of those, I made an AIM account simply because other people used it, but by that point nobody was using it type of deal. Kind of reminds me how I was super late to RuneScape. I was super late to RuneScape. Relative to my friends, at least. But that was because my parents at the time did not trust the Java, was it the Oracle, which funny, Oracle, but like their Java plugin that you had to enable. My parents had trust issues. Didn't want to give their computer a virus. So I didn't get to play RuneScape until 2006. And I think the only reason I was able to play it is because we went to the local library and some kid was playing it on the computer at the library. And I said, that's RuneScape. To which my mom was like, oh, okay. If they're playing it at the library, then it must be safe. So then I probably played RuneScape for like a year and a half or so at that point. But at that point, all of my friends, I think there was like one kind of friend, like not one of my closer friends, but an acquaintance, if you will. An acquaintance still played it. But like my close friends at that point had stopped. Hey, not a Wendigo. That's what Doom is? I don't think I knew what Doom was probably until high school. And I think I only knew what Doom was. Oh, is this gonna get... Oh, this is straight in the bunker, isn't it? Ooh, big kick. Big kick. I think I only knew what Doom was because a buddy of mine had put Doom on his calculator. He had one of those fancier, like, TI-89 calculators or whatever, like one of the early digital ones, and he put Doom on it. I think that's when I learned what Doom was. We also had in one of my computer classes in high school, it was on a separate sub-network for whatever reason, because it was like an engineering CAD computer lab. So it was like on a different sub-network. Well, somebody had put on the sub-network Quake 3? Maybe it was OG Quake, and like some Counter-Strike, and I remember being able to find access to it and get it working on some of the computers and messing around with it. Leisure Suit Larry on his dad's PC? I've heard of it. I don't know too much about it, but I've definitely heard of Leisure Suit Larry. I do not like this, Sam I am. I don't think this is really like I don't think this is a thing that's gonna go well for us. I pushed it. Yeah, this is certainly not great. You definitely needed more pace going that far to the side. When am I gonna play 2v2, Alex? I don't know. I haven't had any plans to recently. We did rank solos last week as kind of a filler thing. But we haven't played ranked duos in quite some time, to be honest. We'll see how this goes. Because it's gonna roll out a bunch once it's up there. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to get it to sit on the green. Downwind, you're looking at a pretty small margin. Not too bad. Hey, what's going on, Parker? How's it going? Alright, hopefully we can get our swing dialed in here a little bit more. Not loving exactly where we're at with it. Alright. I see with the extremely firms. I guess I should have just gone stock 8. Vids are so good. I appreciate that, Parker. I'm glad you enjoy it, man. YouTube censored you, Whacker? Do I want to know what you're out here trying to say on my channel? Huh? Do I even want to know? Gotta keep it clean around here, man. Probably getting punished by going back to plat again. Happy to have you back, Map. Happy to have you back, man. I know it's always sad to, you know, not be able to have fun again. But it's fun to be with your friends, you know? Just overreading it a little bit. Or Whacker, are you talking about not even something you said in chat? Are you talking about something entirely different? I actually don't think with it being downhill and everything that we even need to take the power drive. Wrong chat? You mean you're watching somebody else and not just solely me? I don't have your undivided attention? Am I not worthy of your time? Oh, Doom on a digital calculator? I got you. Well, at least it was for Discord and not like you were typing a password into chat thinking you were in another window or like typing something into your terminal. Definitely have seen those. Definitely have seen those before. Yeah, so This is not great. This is not great. We'll see how this goes. See how this goes. Yeah. I was hoping that maybe the uphill would do something, but it didn't. It didn't. Not Wendy. I have to start calling you Wendy now? Also, Lex. What is good, my guy? Long time no see, sir? Couldn't make that putt go in for him? Out of the park baseball account password into it out of the park. It's like straight to the demographic too. It's like, oh, I could use that account. And if I want, I'll probably forget in a few minutes. So, you know, you're probably safe. Okay, it's into a headwind, but extremely firms. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Excited for 2K27? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's always, you know, always wondering what sort of things they're going to change. But not only that, you know, the start of every game is exciting just because it's, you know, you've got new stuff to grind, but it's also the time that, you know, things are the most active. You know, you get people that come back, you get the most new people into the game. That did not turn back over to the right at all, by the way. In case anybody like myself thought it would. It did not. Not at all. Yeah, that ain't, the pitch ain't going there, that's for sure. This is kind of silly. Kind of silly, but I'm a silly guy. I'm a silly guy. We're gonna try it. This is pretty good. That's pretty good. Every time you see Blades Brown, you think he looks like he could be my little brother? Am I gonna get in trouble for not knowing Blades Brown? I'm not gonna get in trouble. It's a golfer I've never heard of. You think he looks like my little brother? It's hard to say because it's hard to judge looking at myself, and I don't have a younger brother to base it off of. So I'll take your word for it. I normally get Woody Harrelson, but you know, I'm happy to have new family members. Honestly, when you said it, I was like, this feels like it's like a movie character or something that I'm supposed to know. I was half anticipating I was preempting the ridicule. Come on. Extremely firm. Big bounce. Ugh! Not quite enough. Expect I'll see more of him someday. See one of the bright up-and-comers. I watched... Was it Jackson Coyven? I had to contact nap my daughter for a good a good like hour and a half, 2 hours on Sunday, so I ended up turning on golf and watched, see if Scotty can make a comeback, but alas, he could not. But the young kid can he can strike a golf ball. Oh, we're just reading him a little high. A little high right now. Yeah, admittedly, with kids and stuff, I just don't watch golf too much. Get to watch the majors, but outside of the majors, don't really get to see too much else. It's like the majors, and I'll try and watch, like, I really like the players. I'll try and watch maybe a little bit of, like, Phoenix and some. I like a lot of the early tournaments, I feel like. Overshaping it. What's going on, Bundy? CC course this week has light rough for all the fairways. Like the fairways are light rough, or there's light rough around the fairways. I mean, if there's light rough around the fairways, it's pretty, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. Just makes it pretty easy. Okay, so that one does want to break. Back to not being able to read the putts. Maybe it was just last week's course. Yo, what's going on, Joke? Good to see you, good to see you. Hope all is well. Alright, it's uphill and into wind. But we're gonna go for an overpower here. I mean, we crushed it. Only 103 though. I don't have the power to go 106, 107, 108. Okay, don't want to chip this. I think this is gonna be... Yeah, I want to see here with this lob shot, 89%. For anybody wondering, how did he just hit 89% with nothing? The way that tempo works in the game, you kind of learn what the tempo is on the shot. And the swing just kind of... The swing animation just kind of auto-adjusts for you. I left the face open. No bueno. All light rough. That doesn't sound fun. That sounds more like, I guess it would be as if it were like an old school course. You know, like when they do those videos and it's like, we played this historic golf course that's like not really a golf course anymore, and they just like, here's where the green was. And everything's grass. That's kind of the vibe I get. I don't know how much I trust this, but we're going to do it anyway. I left the face open. See, I shouldn't have trusted it. Shouldn't have trusted it. It's the same way with the putts. You don't really have to practice putt for pace because it's like a tempo thing. You can kind of learn like visually where it's at, but all the putts you almost hold the same amount of time back. It's like once you get under like 40%, then you have to start doing it like shorter and such. Old country course, yeah, it's just like, yeah, some old Scottish course or something that was like, it was a big name, but it was abandoned, and now if you went back to play it, like, there's basically nothing there. Something to that extent. Apparently what I was thinking, I mean, I missed it, but apparently what I was thinking there was not great. Well, if this is the way that putting's gonna go tonight, we might be in for we might be in for a long night. Last week we got bailed out we were making some putts. Last week we were making some serious putts. So we'll see what we can make of it this evening. Gotta put a few of these shots in closer though. My approach game definitely not where it should be. This is like, I need to make sure that I'm below the hole left. What? I'm trying to make sure that I'm to the right, by the way. That's how off we are. Interesting. Interesting that doesn't turn. This is short. 6 iron, 194. 180. Okay, wind's gonna knock it down. I thought we were gonna play the backstop, but I mean, if we want, like, dunk a 6 iron, then we could do that too. What's going on, Rock? Think I had too much speed through the break? Probably. I haven't been making putts, but I also haven't been like probably as critical on the putts as I should be. A little bit open, which brings that bunker right into play. That works for me. That works for me. Okay, now the problem is getting to this flag because it's uphill with tailwind and then extremely firms and then downhill, and I can't play a major draw because of the bag that I play. I don't know, this is kind of a hit and hope. Trying to play like a very precarious line there. It went left. Is it going to go too far left that it doesn't go right? I think it is. But look how much that rolls out. Yeah, that was always going to be a tough one to get going where we wanted it to. I underswung it. 2% more would have taken it a little bit higher. I don't know if it would have been low, but it always stinks to not hit your pace because you just completely lose, you know, concept there of how correct your putt actually was. All right, definitely not our lowest scoring round, but at the end of the day, this is just to get the thumbs loose. Ease ourselves in. So I'm not quite concerned yet. I'm not quite concerned yet. I don't think there's any reason to panic. I'm a little confused about that, but not quite sure why it came out so far left. Guess ball was above my feet. Not recall any of the shows he watches. Bluey, Paw Patrol, Daniel Tiger. I guess you could throw Bear in the Big Blue House, Blue's Clues, Sesame Street, Between the Lions. I do. I'm on PlayStation, Rock. So PS5, just a stock controller. Nothing fancy. There we go. Gave that one enough of a look. So hopefully we can do that in the actual tournament rounds. Like, just think through things enough. They're trying to put you into risk-reward territory here. Awful for your controllers? You got stick drift on 3 different controllers from this game? Really? What controllers do you play with? And I guess how many hours have you put in? Because I've got probably close to 600 hours. Never mind, I have close to 500 hours. Haven't even played this game as much as that. Close to 500 hours on this one, and then I guess it's because of the off-plane swinging and stuff, right? So I knew I had to punch it through, but there was a right to left on that I didn't play. The wind's getting me. The wind and the lies have been getting me in trouble here so far today. DualSense. I don't think I have stick drift because I haven't noticed it within the context of this game, but I also haven't played really many other games on my PlayStation. I've played some stuff, but play a lot of my other games either on PC with keyboard and mouse or PC with my Xbox controller. So I can't say, but I don't think I have stick drift. I also just feel like I tend to be pretty gentle on my controllers. I'm not an overly aggressive user of the buttons or joystick. All right, we're gonna play Plat. Let's do it. We finished 12th last week, so ultimately pretty happy with that. A platinum golf tournament, yes indeed, Scotty. Yes indeed. Slam yours up on the follow through. Yeah, it's just down and like it's committed, but yeah, don't need to slam it. Lack of slamming also probably helps with the rhythm. Do you get a lot of red rhythm, Rock? I feel like that would be a risk that you take with the slam through, is that you get a lot of positive tempo, hit things a little bit firm on the putts or on, extra yardage on the irons and such. All right, give me 2 minutes. We'll clear the pre-rolls out, stretch your legs, grab a snack, get comfortable. We'll be back for Plat very soon. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. If you hear that sound in the background, that is a printer. Do not be alarmed. Your printer is not running. And I'm kind. I don't have Discord sounds that pop up and make you go crazy. All right. What are we playing? The front tee? I mean, I guess it's probably, if there's two tee boxes, it's probably mixed. High winds out of the southeast, very firm, extremely firm, very fast. All right. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Clapping since the return? Pretty good, Scotty. Pretty good. We did not play well at the start of the Open, and I just, like, noped out of it because I mentally checked out, like, 5 holes in. Like, straight up, like, 5 holes in, checked out. But we've played in 3 tournaments, T6, T32, and T12 outside of that. So I'd say overall, very well. The question will always be, how much putting can we do? But the swing's been pretty good. Perfect rhythm, but also play a ton of NHL. Well, NHL I feel like probably has a ton of stick slamming in it as well. Probably more than golf. I mean, I would imagine. I haven't played an NHL since NHL 13, I think. I play an NHL game about every 20 iterations. So I have ice hockey for the NES, as well as NHL PA 93 for the Sega Genesis, and then I have NHL 13. So I guess NHL 33 we're on pace for. Okay, don't spin back on me too much here. Okay, it's a good way to start. I like birdie on the first. I think most people like birdie on the first. Okay. Is this a hole? Yes, it is a hole. Is this a hole in which it would make sense to cut this corner? Probably not, actually. I think you take hybrid off the tee and give yourself full. Well, I didn't play it up the right-hand side quite aggressively enough. So this is uphill and wind in. Extremely firms, very fast. Below the feet, so it's gonna play out into it. Oh, did I play it too far left? That's it. Yeah, I started to adjust it too much. We're like just enough in the rough that this is a problem. Pushed it. Couldn't square the joysticks up. No, I couldn't figure it out either, Scotty. I tried. I booted up and was immediately greeted with that. And we had a power flick last night, and I haven't played the PlayStation since last week. So I like turned on the PlayStation, and then it was like, it's in the middle of an update. And I was like, oh, well, that's great. Normally it happens offline. But I didn't see anything. It must have been some really minor bug patching or license thing or something, because I haven't seen anything about it. I tried to look it up real quick, didn't get anything. I know that they just had like the seasonal thing. The seasonal update like a week or two ago or whatever when the season turned. But I'm not sure what this one was about. So what do you guys do on shots like this? 196 with the tailwind. Like, I have power on my clubs, and it's extremely firm and very fast. Like, I feel like best case scenario, you land it here, it bounces here, and then rolls out towards here. And that's best case scenario. Because if I landed on the fairway is also very firm. I don't know. I'm playing it on the fairway. Trying to loft an 8-iron, but like... It just feels like you're destined for failure. I thought the lie was going to take me enough to the right. That's why I left it straight at it instead of moving it to the side. Alright. Happens, you get a t-shirt or something? A keychain maybe? Nope. You get absolutely nothing. You have successfully saved up and wasted over 9,000 channel points. It's truly a remarkable feat. Well done, Scotty. Thank you for spending your time here. I just left it open. Is it gonna be enough to kick left back into the fairway here? I would say yes, it is. I would say yes, it is. For mercy, when you sling your 11.5 degree open into there. Yeah, I just feel like sometimes it's like a no-win situation. It's like here, landing it on the green is actually probably worse. Because extremely firm with this much club, you're going to be 3/4 of the way to the hole before the ball even like comes down from the first bounce. So it's honestly something like a choke 6-iron, very firm, get it onto the fairway, like bounce off the fairway onto the green. And then let it roll. But it's very fast, so like... How much am I gonna be chipping? And how many chips can we miss today? It's gonna break hard at the hole. I gotta go outside. Oh my gosh. Well, I overswung it, so I guess that'll do it. Man. That stings though. Like how many close calls we could be 4 under through 4 here. Now we're gonna be lucky to get out of here 2 under through 4. Okay. Oh, meet me at TwitchCon and get a face. One of these faces, Luis. The sad truth of it, I mean, I even have a second bag because of giving them away. Probably, if I had to guess, I'm probably never going to a TwitchCon again. That's not to say that if I meet up with somebody that they wouldn't get one, but... Yeah, I just think... I've been to TwitchCon 3 times. The first TwitchCon I went to was an okay experience. I didn't really know that many people, and so I ended up just kind of tagging along. And so that was okay. The second time, I knew a ton of people, and it was like... It was a close community and stuff. And so that was really cool. That was a really fun time. And I think that also, like... really raised my expectation of the event. And then I went a third time, and it was just kind of fine again. That was fun in the sense that, like, my wife went to that one, and so we got to kind of do a little bit more sightseeing and experience San Diego and stuff compared to, like, what I normally would have done. So it was Long Beach and then San Diego twice. So I think some of it, like, I think a lot of it is, like, the golf community is not a community that really goes to those conventions and stuff. It's not as much of a gamer niche. And also, just, like, I've gotten older and stuff, and I'm not a partner. That level of streaming success is not something that is likely ever coming this way. So, like, a lot of the things that go along with it, you know, is not really pertinent. This would be 145. $34. I'll play like a baby fade on it. That's it. Not terrible, but little deep. I'm not sure. This is gonna be a tough putt. 47%. A lot of break at the end. Oh, what a read. What a read. Or for networking and entertainment compared to, like, Comic-Con. Never been to TwitchCon or the YouTube one. I know nothing about the YouTube one. I've never been to a Comic-Con. Honestly, TwitchCon is the only convention that I've ever been to. I've never gone to Comic-Con. I'm not into anime and stuff, or that much. Like I don't know. I've watched Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. That's the extent of my anime. But, like, I've never been to those conventions and things. So yeah, it's definitely not. Was it MagFest and stuff? Like, I've never been to those sorts of things, so there is a lot of gaming related stuff, but it's also, yeah, very heavily catered towards content creation, right? Naturally. Okay, I need this. I've been misplaying these, so I need this to play a little bit more to the right, work its way in. I pulled it. Gosh darn it. Is that wind really playing that much? Or is it just also, like, the input mistake? I don't know. But yeah, there's certainly, you know, stuff with sponsor, like, getting connected with developers and advertisers and different things and, you know, workshops and all that stuff. I was trying to hit that 1% harder. Cometa E3. RIP. RIP. And I feel like the bigger gaming conventions these days are in Europe. like, I guess PAX and stuff is like PAX East and PAX West and those different things are, as far as like the US is concerned, but I'm trying to think like what Gamescom and what's the DreamHack and stuff. I did go to, now it's not a convention, and I had thought about going to what are the speedrun things called? They had a mini one at TwitchCon, the second one that I went to. That was pretty fun. Just went and checked it out. Yeah, GDQ. I couldn't remember the name for whatever reason. Yeah, they had like a mini GDQ at TwitchCon, which was a cool thing to watch. Okay, that plays. But I'm also not a speedrunner, nor am I like super into any speedruns, so like going to those as like a community type thing wouldn't be it. But that was a fun thing to catch. I think I saw like a Super Mario World speedrun. I think I also saw, I want to say it was maybe like a Diddy Kong Racing. Ooh, get in there. It's like an eagle. Barely catching the upper side. That's not drivable, nor do I want to mess with that OB. I feel like this is the type of shot that, like, if you landed it here, it's you're just hoping you hold so that you have that uphill shot. But I think ultimately this is gonna be a little dicey as well, but I pushed it, which is not great. Okay. That works for me. Just to learn strats, not so much the speedrunning itself. And you're not even saying like to learn strats for you to speedrun as well. You just mean to like learn certain faster strats for different parts of like your own casual playthroughs. Cut out a little bit of the muck, so to speak. Like, oh, do I really have to do that every time? And it's like, no, actually you don't. 107, 102. I think that this, my hope at least, I think that, my hope is that this will spin its way back down. Which it will. Now, where is it gonna go? Sit. We're just gonna hammer it. We're just gonna hammer it home. I don't want to mess with it. All right. So even after having those couple, like we didn't get the chip-ins and stuff, we're still 7 under on the front 9. People can speedrun Pee-wee campaign in like 3 to 4 hours. Can't go that fast, but you can at least cut some of the fat. Well, so how does it work? PoE has seasons. Do you have to participate in seasons? Or is that just like if you opt into it, then you start a new character each time? Or how exactly does that work? I guess that's why you would learn those sorts of strats, though. Don't have to, but it's where the new content is at. So if you keep a character instead of making a new one for the new content, are you effectively in whatever content was released at the time that you made that character when you return to it? So like, say you made a character in Season 6 and didn't come back until Season 8. That character is just Season 6 content. They can't get to 7 or 8. It's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or is each season, like, they get moved to standard? Okay, so theoretically, if you made it in 6 and you wanted to play the content in 8, would you have to wait for 9 to come out and then they could access the content from Season 8? Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. This is kind of a funky shot. I'm letting it peel out to the right. It's going to be hopefully close to pin high and just an uphill putt. I didn't feel like I could go after this flag. Ah, dang it. The angle we had was not good, and I don't know if I needed to be more aggressive off the tee so that I had a little bit more. Still a little low. Yeah, I didn't get myself in a good spot. The current game patches apply, but not the new season league mechanic. Yeah, what up, Witty? Legacy items are no longer obtainable due to nerfs or buffs and standards. You can play around with stuff that's not possible in the new season. Okay. I guess I didn't quite realize how much, like, updating and stuff that PoE did. Like, I knew that there were seasons and such. Why did I... Was that uphill? I guess it was. I just didn't clock it. Is 7-iron gonna come out of this? I'm gonna play a little. I'm gonna play it a cut and up. Yeah, I think if I. No. Well, I pulled it. All right. Well, this hole's a wash. Guess we'll just take a par here. I didn't even like think that, oh, maybe this corner is uphill or something. Like, we mishit it, but that was not really ever set up for success. New interactions between content. Yeah, I guess it would be... I guess in order to be a seasonal enjoyer, though, you have to be able to play the game a decent amount, and I think that's always going to be my concern when it comes to any game, especially one that has continued releases, is being able to actually keep up with anything. 224, 218, 214, 208, 95. There is the chance here that 5-iron straight up would be the play instead of the choked 4-iron. I'm glad I went choked 4. That was the right club. For having to go away to uni, how heavy of a workload are you expecting? Like, how... I would imagine, obviously, you're trying to do well with it, so gotta buckle down, but how uprooted do you think your routine is gonna get? Probably pretty, right? Probably expecting very minimal for video games and Twitch and the like. Join stuff and network. Yeah. Make some friends. Enjoy the fact that you're there. Clubs and whatnot. Are you staying on campus? Or are you off campus for housing? I feel like dorms are such a... I don't know how apartments are because I lived in dorms all my years of college, but I feel like dorms are such a mixed bag in terms of, like, how much you actually talk to the people that you live, like, on the same floor as. When you gotta spin back. Technically did. Not a lot, though. See, but it's like these 13-footers that you have to... You have to be able to make these. You have to be able to make them. I feel like those are ones that, like, I so often miss. And you just, like, very painstakingly look at your scorecard and think of what could have been. With that slope, I probably don't want to do anything crazy as far as, like, hammering it down there, because I don't want to have to worry about zipping it too far. Like, now having a 9-iron, 162... I didn't catch all of it. It got lifted so far in the air. I mean, I was 2% under, which... pretty killer. Coordinate that still? Since you decided to transfer last May, didn't make the cut for campus dorms? Does off-campus? Okay. Hoping but knew it was too late. Does the university have, like, its own off-campus housing, or is it pretty much just, like, nearby apartments and, I guess, probably, like, townhomes and things that groups rent? It's honestly a pretty good putt. That was honestly a pretty good putt, but I've been having trouble with those putts running out too far, and so I ended up trying to take a little bit off, and it didn't really work out. I'm wondering if I should have... No. That wasn't a hold-up power drive, was it? think so. Okay, that's at least kind of back to how the first hole was. Like, we got ourselves a nice close tucked in shot. Straightforward to tap in. 50 options from a paper they gave you, which not included all the surfaces and everything. Oh, this is interesting. Well, you're definitely not hitting a pitch. So this is how good is your partial wedge game? The answer, not very. That's good enough. Okay. Needed to make that. That would have been gut-wrenching. That would have been gut-wrenching. I guess the biggest thing you gotta make sure of, wherever you go, they have good internet. That's gotta be... gotta be mildly a priority, I would think. I remember back in... Now, I don't know how it is these days, but I remember back in school, like, hearing stories about terrible terrible apartment internet. Which, obviously, in this day and age is no bueno. Man, that is not even close. How am I so far off on the wind? That's just like too common of an occurrence these days. I just didn't turn. Didn't turn. All right, let's see if we can score on the last. I feel like it's a par 5 finisher. I feel like we're in a decent spot. Double digits. I feel like if you can go double digits, you're always in strong contention for a cut made. I know the leaders on PlayStation are at 17, but it was like 17 and then down to 15, so like if we could get to 13, that would be nice. I mean, obviously best case scenario, you hit an albatross here, 14 under. That would be very strong. Just doesn't release. I'm like thinking that with the extremely firms, we're gonna get something out of it, but it's like, it's once you get up to the 7 iron, that's really when it wants to start doing something. Come on, man. No, no, no! Okay, well, on the bright side, even though we missed the eagle, we didn't miss the birdie putt. I was getting pretty concerned, not gonna lie. The way that started to just like roll away, 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 I was like, you know, don't do this to me, man. Don't do it. I don't want to deal with that. The mental load of leaving it short and then 3-putting to par the par 5 to end it, I would have been a very, very sad boy. Would have been a very sad boy. What's going on, Jitterbug? Ew. Alright, so 12 under is alright. If we can double up on 12 under, I think that would not be too shabby. Honestly, putting was solid. We just missed too many greens and didn't convert any of the chips. And we were close. We were close on a few of those chips. So like, yeah, very easily could have had a few more scores in there. So can't be too disappointed. It was close. Yeah, that was round 1, Jitterbug. That was round 1. We are going to dive into round 2 in just like 2 minutes. So I will be right back and go grab a drink. I implore you all, you can get a drink too. Stretch your legs, grab a snack, do what you gotta do. Be back in 2 minutes. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. All right. Let's do it. Round 2, Fox Ridge Country Club. That's the name. All right, moving to the white tees. Very high, moderate, very firm, and fast. So winds get stronger, but everything else comes down a notch, which actually might make it that, especially with headwinds and stuff, that things are fairly gettable if you can get the wind reads correct. So we'll see how we fare. Starting out with just a casual 20 mile an hour right to left wind. You know, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, that one's right down Broadway. Okay, good start. The more important thing, though, is getting this right. More important thing is getting this right. Which, like, I struggle with so much. I struggle with this so much. 23 mile an hour. Alright, we'll see. Good distance. Very bad right to left control. Which has been what's absolutely just murdered me of late. I don't know what it is, but I cannot seem to grasp. Cannot seem to grasp for whatever reason. Side winds. For all that we do well, side winds and side hill lies still just like will completely catch me out. There's not a singular chance. Which is like really unfortunate considering how well we'll strike the ball and read other things. Like the distance control was great on that shot. But you can't have whatever that was. Yeah. Kind of the same thing there. Trailing tailwind, try to play, then it just hangs out to the left. But I feel like so often I'll play those. Always feels like that if you don't play it that way, like if I don't play it out to the left there, I miss it like a mile right. And I'm like, it plays that much? So, I don't know. I'm sure with wins like this, we'll just be in our heads the entire time, and it is what it is. Like, this is going to be the type of wind to play 40-yard wind and be here, and then this doesn't get on the green. So I'll choke a 3-wood. And then I can't wait to just be a mile off. If that rolls out nicely, that might actually be okay. Sit. Sit. Okay, I wasn't too crazy. I wasn't too crazy. I mean, it's still not like just a gimme putt or anything like that, but you know, we're on the dance floor. We're on the dance floor. Met her on the dance floor. DJ. Literally missed it by the 1% under. Come on, man. Pain. Pain, pain, pain. Pain without golf. Pain. Can't get enough. Actually, I should probably just... swap pain for golf in the song lyrics. Golf without love, golf can't get enough, golf. 'Cause I'd rather feel golf than nothing at all. Anywho, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
We are now the knights who say, Eki, 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 Eki,
It's been 110 years.
110 years.
It's so long, Senor. As I always ask, what are we still doing here and what are you still subbing to me for? Thank you for 110 months, sir. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. As always, appreciate it. Yeah, hope you is good. Hope you is good. Oh, and now it's gonna turn that much. You suck, game. Played that first hole well out there, didn't turn this time though. Oh, sure. Sure. Alright, well, we were 4 of 8 on long putts last round. I already feel it not going that way. You just exist and number goes up, make brain feel good. Honestly, you know, fair enough. Big numbers, you know. That's why things like Diablo and PoE and you know, big numbers feel good. That's why they're popular. Fancy big number simulators. Oh hi, Quicklin. Oh hi. How's it going, man? Welcome to the windstorm. Welcome to the windstorm. 215. At least coming back 190. I gotta, maybe if we play some loft into this 4-iron, and then like, well, you gotta turn back. If it could turn back time. Okay. All that work for a birdie look. You know, it's also, I think this was part of like why the Open didn't go well, is I'm like so out of touch with these sorts of conditions that we just got like absolutely rocked by it. Ew, a putt made. Finally, we break the par train. Woohoo! We're 1 under par on the round. Tornado hit campus yesterday, right after it all got cleaned up from the storm you had 3 weeks ago. Jeez, dude. Well, I hope everyone is safe. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. I haven't personally had any close encounters, but I know that my sister, they had a tornado come through her school, like the town near her school when they were on break. Took out like the Starbucks or Dunkin' or something like that. It's like you heave it into the wind and you don't know what it's gonna do. Like, I threw that down there. I had no idea how far the wind was gonna end up taking that thing. Didn't know if we were gonna be short of the green or if it was gonna actually carry to the green, because wedges and super high winds are a very mysterious combination. Okay. What? Who made that noise? Day and a half without power. All the trees on campus will go to like 6 this morning to help the maintenance crew start cleaning up. I know we've got like a nor'easter and stuff coming through. Although it was weird because the weather has shifted so much in the past like 48 hours here. Because like a day or two ago, it was like, it's going to be thunderstorms for like the first 2 days and like rain for like a week straight. And then it rained a little bit overnight, on and off during the day, and now it's supposed to be no rain for the rest of the week. I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I appreciate it because I wanted to go to the driving range tomorrow morning and have a golf lesson in the afternoon. So that's my plan. Get up early, go to the range before work. So I have present swing thoughts because I haven't gone to the range in like a week or so. Have something to be able to tell the instructor. Have real feelings and such. Okay. So if you were a golf ball traveling in this much wind, how far left to right would you go? The answer is not enough. The answer is not enough. Come on. Come on. Huh. 3 in a row. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, what up, ears? Putt indeed. In fact, some would say putt indubitably. I don't know who says it, but I guess somebody's saying it now. If not, I guess I'll be the guy. I'll take up the reins. And it's very firm with the tailwind. How creative. So yeah, I guess we're playing it into the moderate fairway. Kick it left and roll it more left. I suppose that's the play. We'll see how it goes. I think not bad. I mean, it's not like the grandest of eagle putts, but it is also only 12 feet. I say only, but you know, you kind of still have to make it happen. Huh? Huh? No! Just a bit low. Just a bit low. Alright. Alright. I don't think it's really in my best interest. Or is it? Maybe with this much wind, it is in my best interest. It's moderates. It's moderates. YOLO. See, that's how you get tempo. YOLO. Moderate fairways. Now we're playing a short shot that's not quite as affected by wind. And maybe in some world, you spin it. You spin it into like here, very firm bounce, little release. You spin it to win it. Wind is not a thing. Ooh. Who worries about wind? Not I. Much shorter than I thought. Hot dang. Alright, well, maybe I should have just pitched it, sucked up the whole wind thing. I didn't factor that well at all. No siree. Hung it out. That's a darn shame. That's a darn shame. Okay, well, 4 under going out. Not quite as strong as the 7 under. I feel like with the wins, scoring shouldn't be as low? Question mark? I don't know. I would think scoring shouldn't be as low on this round, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm very disconnected from these wins. Straight up, that's like a 25. So I'm playing this like a 40. I'm playing this like a 40-yard loss. That takes you to 170. I don't want to take too much more off of it, because if I'm wrong, I'm long gone. Okay, I mean, that's the swang. Now we just watch it come falling out of the sky. Nope, it's short. It's that little bit of loft and everything is so... just affects it so much. What up, Slim? I think with the touch more pace, I get through that break and I hole it. But unfortunately, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Fortunately, that's just the way it goes sometimes. You don't make the shots. You don't make the shots. So if we lose over 20, it's gonna be... Can I hit like a punchy hybrid? Because I don't want to go... It's very firm, but how much is it going to roll out? Like, 258? I mean, I'm not losing that much. I don't want to, like, carry it pin high. No, it'll go... It'll go slightly into the wind. Okay, now keep going right. Going right. No, not left, right. Good distance control. Really crappy putt. Really crappy putt. Say you're in Philly? It feels foreign to my tongue, so I'm gonna say no. Okay, good adjustment. All right, come on. See, and the leader who went 17 at best went 10. So, you know, if we went 12 and we're at 5, that's decent-ish pace to maintain things here. I think this is going to be another one of those hit moderate and then roll out sort of shots. In which I also think you play it a bunch from right to left. Not quite enough right to left. Like, that's good. I wanted it to be actually more to the right so that I had a better chance to get it in the hole. Get it firm into the hole. Okay. We'll take bird. We'll take bird. That was kind of scurry. It was kind of scurry. But it is funny with this how, like, when you have the moderates, you have the moderates on the fairway, so it actually makes it more ideal to use the fairway than the very firm green. Like, when it's very firm and extremely firm, it's like, well, I have really no choice here. I want to leave this short, because that rolls downhill behind. And that just doesn't seem ideal to me. I'm hoping I don't leave this too short. Extremely firm. Yeah. But that's the shelf that we needed to be on now. This is not a gimme 7-footer. Not a gimme 7-footer at all. Welcome back, Parker. %. Scary. It's scary. I don't like it. I feel like with moderates, we send it. Try and get as much loft as we can for landing. I did see that the score moved from 27 to 29. So, I suppose there's a little bit more scoring out there. But alright. This is gonna play a big fade, which means it's gonna hold and then the wind's gonna take it. Okay. Not bad. Look at that. For once actually getting the wind read, like, very correct. Getting the wind read very correct that we can have a more straightforward birdie putt. Also, can I just say that our swang is looking very nice. Getting kind of dialed in, hitting a lot of these power drives high and tight. These winds have been playing close to 40. The wind didn't take it enough. But like, that distance control, so good. So good, it just didn't hold out. 66%. Come on, this has gotta be deemed makeable, right? This has to be deemed makeable! Get in there. Sorry, I don't make a lot of putts, so. Gotta get fired up every once in a while about them. I feel like we should just be saying it's 40 yards. Even with the headwind and everything and the backstop, that's what we're gonna call it. No! Played more than 40 yards. Dang. Dag-a-nabbit. Oh boy. All right. Well, we went on a nice 5 in a row there. 4 in a row on the front, 5 in a row on the back. You know, that's the thing. You can never be writing yourself out. You have to believe a little bit that any time you can go on a run. Wow, the wind is very low. Only like 19 miles an hour. You feeling okay, wind? You feeling all right there, buddy? 60, yeah, 65. 45. Uphill. Gotta go uphill round them trees. Oh no, I double crossed myself out of nowhere. Hit the power drive into a double cross. Feels bad, man. That's like a double cross in the wrong direction. Actually, I don't know that there's a double cross in a correct direction, but the distance control, huh, was pretty okay. It's all right. Can't see the hole. It's hiding in the shadows. Slow. All right, but there's a par 5 to end it, correct? So maybe we can make something happen there. Maybe we can make something happen. 565. Oh yeah, get a power drive at your tail. We've been striping the power drive. Yeah, less than 2 degrees open will be perfectly okay. There we go. 173 to the flag. Only, I don't know, 24 miles an hour of tailwind at the back. Alright, we stripe one. Now, big old bounce with the very firms, and then you got that wind at the back, so the 9-iron's going to want to release a little bit. And ladies and gentlemen, we're in business. Business is a booming. All right. Finished with a solid under 7 under on the back 9. So that at least brings us into play. I would say that should be safely aboard for a cut made. Don't think there is any questioning that. 12 under, 11 under. And that's going to put us in 13th. And more importantly, where on the actual leaderboard does that put us? Because in-game doesn't tell the whole story. We're at 23. That puts us at T8 on the actual leaderboards. Love that. T8. Huge come-ups. Huge come-ups. Because it looks like 30 under and 29 under are already removed from the leaderboard. Yeah, so the guys that are T3 were only 5 strokes off of the lead. Love that for us. Love that for us. All right, we're feeling kind of feisty. Let's refresh the capture card, and let's just fire up round 3. Let's do it. Who needs a break in between rounds? Huh? We can sometimes not take breaks in between rounds. I wins firm, very fast. Let's do it. What up, guy? What up, my guy? How we doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Guys, I have bad news. I got older on Friday. One step, what I say every year, I'm 1 year closer to my age matching my hairline. One year they will, it's kind of like your brain age and your real age match up. My hairline and my real age are getting closer every year. At some point, it'll be like, yeah, that checks out. Firm very fast. 89, 86, 15. It's gonna be like 20. I left the face open. Oh, how was the distance though? A little short. Should I be super flopping this? Absolutely. Absolutely should be. That was such a misread. I thought it was gonna break so much more. Well, I guess we'll start this round. I guess we'll start this round with the bogey. JK LOL. I'm sorry. No bogeys here. Hey, thank you, Raffles. How's it going, man? How goes? Hope all is well with you. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm just. I start to yell things to entertain myself. I don't know if it's necessarily the best strategy, but it's the one we got. It's the one we got. It's not gonna get to the left where the hole is, but this should leave us, if it sits, I'd say an uphill putt. That was kind of the bigger concern than trying to get this thing to go in, was to get us into position. Wow. And Kobe. Wowie. Make that last one and then you missed that, knucklehead. That's gonna be too far. We're gonna be in between here, aren't we? Because 23 yards for a 4-iron, that's a lot. I know it's downhill, but I feel like we take a partial. That feels pretty good to me. Just rolls so much. Okay. How much is it gonna break? Did we do it? Did we do it? Okay. Okay. Make up for things a little bit there. Make up for things a little bit. Yeah, it's tough with the very fast. Like, it's always gonna be... Always gonna be just... rolling, rolling, rolling. They're really loving this whole you can't get there in two thing, which I personally, not a big fan. I like it when I can get to my par 5s in two, but sure, make it 650 yards into a headwind. Fun? Fun? Alright, we've got to look at it. Gotta look at it. I just have to, the one reason I think that I missed that putt on 2 is I was not focused that I left my putter 5% open. And I think that's realistically something that I need to focus on the putts a little bit more. I can't just like let the thumb just kind of go. You have to put a little bit of focus into it if you want a good result. If I left it open, I could feel it. Oh, I could feel that. That was so bad. That was so bad. Okay, this is one that you have to leave high enough, because if I miss it low, it is going to dive on me. Like, actually dive on me, and that would be a pretty big problem. I think we have it high enough. Yeah, kind of cautiously high. It's not really a putt that I'm trying to aggressively make, because if I miss it low, it's just dead, so. That's just the product of a bad approach shot. Yeah, I feel like we've hit our power drive pretty well. We missed that one 3-wood power approach. But I feel like, generally speaking, it's been in a pretty decent spot. 147. I feel like I want to just take some off of this guy. So it's gonna float up there to the left. I should try and realistically leave this out to the right. Because so many times I try and go straight at the hole, but at the end of the day, this is a pitching wedge that I didn't think was gonna roll out. So the whole point of playing it just to the low side is because I think I'm gonna be just below, like a hop and stop kind of thing. But I guess with the tailwind there and it being very fast, it does release. So maybe my greedy hole out self would have, Knowing that in hindsight, would have liked to given that a better run. This is a, as you would maybe call it, a tightrope shot. Yeah, like had the distance dialed perfectly, but if you hit it where you need to, it's gonna go hard left and probably not get up there. So we catch the ridge a little bit to the right, and now we gotta line something up. Try and send this guy home. That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of, was that it was gonna kind of die on pace at the end there and start dipping low, but I don't know, with it being right to left at the feet, there's just something that made me feel like it was gonna take off a little bit more to the side, and that was clearly not the case. But, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. Okay, so if we were good on the distance last time, I don't know, this feels like, to me, it's gonna land right around here. Just gonna want to go more right than forward. This is a tough par 5 approach. Very, very difficult. Okay, we executed it. I didn't love the shot simply for the fact that we were manipulating it so much that if we missed it, things could go terribly wrong. But on the flip side, we executed that perfectly. Things went very right. Stando, I turned 31 on Friday. Get it right, man. Okay? Such disrespect. Okay, maybe we try this again.
What a strange person.
Thanks, Stando. We were literally just talking. I just mentioned the birthday like not that long ago, so I wasn't 100% sure if you were messing or had just missed it. Audio for you. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, man. That is too kind. It's too kind. I greatly appreciate it. Fave Golf Guy? Well, I appreciate that even more. Thanks. See, this feels dumb, but we're gonna do it. Because I've been striping the power drive, so... Let's get the spinner correct this time, maybe? Like, am I gonna actually get it correct this time? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the play. We failed it once. Try it again. I didn't feel good about that putt. It was like moving not enough. It's like moving not enough. I don't know if that... that makes enough sense, but... Okay... Stay in. Stay in. Stay in. Alright, we have a chance here. It's, what, like 12, 13 miles an hour. It's cutting in. I think distance-wise, give it a little D-loft. Problem is, as always, I completely butcher these in the left to right scenario. So we'll see how this goes. That's on target. Not enough backspin though. Not enough backspin. But it's at that distance where, again, I gotta be good enough to make these putts, which I've been getting a little bit better at painting the picture in my head. So... as I overswing it. I painted the picture right and I grabbed the wrong paintbrush. That's also like a big no-no. You can't... you gotta match the pace to the line. Especially when they're that dainty. Can't be hammering it. It's not a place to be. But how did you play, Stando? How's your virtual golf game been these days? $199. It's very fast, but it's into wind. See, like, I don't think playing the cut with this is gonna be ideal. I think it's gonna be too short. So I think I want to play this. I think we play a cut. I overcut it. I want to be a little bit left of here and then like ride the ridge. But that's just deep and too pacey. Again, this is where I should play the super flop. Lost a little bit, usually make the cut easy, then sit around 10th to 20th. Haven't been close to win for a while. That sounds just like normal golf for me. You been playing anything else then to kind of fill the void, or? %, would have been so good. I don't know. I keep taking the chips because I hate. I want to give myself a chance. The super flop, I have made one super flop ever. This feels like such a waste of a stroke in terms of scoring. Like, I'm not anywhere close. Like, why am I laying up to... or not laying up, but like, why am I just like trying to place one in there? I want to give myself a chance to score. 15 yards. I want to ride the... I want to ride the slope a little bit right to left if I can. However I read that, the wind definitely ended up knocking some off of it. Losing on count back to the cheater drowned you? Oh, man. Don't play other stuff, just been working being a dad. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, if I replace... Like, if I just end up streaming something different. Like, I'm playing golf tonight, and we're probably going to play Donkey Kong Bonanza the rest of the week. A little bit of golf, a little bit of something else, because stream time is my only gaming time, so... Didn't turn. It didn't turn, man. There was a little bit in the middle and it didn't do anything. Very little. Very, very little. Yeah, I think I've maybe only been close to a win in Plat once or twice. And like the one time I was close, it was like I needed to have a crazy good round against Stives. And like, I'm not consistently good enough to make that happen. Let alone under pressure. Dunk it? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. It's too accurate. Too accurate. Turn. Turn. It's a little too much pace. Ah, well, you know, it's one of those, just one of those ones where we haven't been able to sink any of the chips. Donkey Konga? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no idea how far we're in. I don't really want to know, but I don't know. It's been a very casual, just nice little thing to mess around with and chill, chat. Once we finish that, though, I think we're going to play Liza P. Get back to our sadistic ways. No, get up! Okay. Okay, I got concerned. You can stay there. I got concerned as it was going that it was gonna suddenly, like, be, like, super short. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? Came through the first breaks too much. I have some ideas started though for other golf content. I just kind of have to keep thinking about some stuff. I have one concept that I want to do that I don't think anybody's done. I don't know. Trying to find things to supplement the TGC. Because I don't play in any of the other tournaments and whatnot. Well, that wind did not take it anywhere. Switch to golf? I was thinking more in this game. But I suppose there are always other golf things that could be considered. Oh lordy, this is gonna dip hard. That stings. That stings. I mean, good that we make the comebacker, but we're on 6 pars in a row. It's just like the all of a sudden can't get anything to go. Been close. Things have been flirting with it. There should be some bite on this, right? No? Ugh. It's just like the one thing after the other that we can't quite get right. Nope, got too far to the left. I didn't see it going that far left. I was expecting something much more right, and I was expecting something to break a lot more there. Okay, well, rip me, I guess. Played it too fast and drop a stroke. Mini golf? I'm waiting. One game that I'm waiting for that is golf adjacent is normal golf game. I have not seen anything other than the trailer for it. I know there's a demo. I'm holding out for the real thing. I think that that's going to be a very funny experience. Get up there. To the left. Right now. Come on. These very fasts are like every time I get it kind of close, it's always like, well, it breaks an absolute boatload. Sucks to be you, doesn't it? Oh, finally. Finally, alright, bounce back. I was just thinking of the number of times that we had been hitting those high. Right? The number of times that is like been a good read and I've just rolled the rock a little bit high, so I was trying to keep that in mind on that putt. Seems to have paid off. I say that felt like a pretty decent line. On settle. Okay, we have an eagle look on 18. Might be able to hit this one even with my eyes closed. Okay. Okay. We steered the ship back online a little bit, but we're definitely dropping down the leaderboard. We were top 10, certainly not gonna hold through 3. That was just a long run of nothing going right. That was a long run of nothing going right. So we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow where that drops us. But at the end of the day, we made the cut. We still not double digits, but we got 8 under with a bogey in there. So the front 9 doing a good bit of the carrying. Okay, give me 3 minutes. We'll stretch, take a little breather before we get going for round 4. I appreciate you guys all being here, and I'll see you in just a few.
It's raining.
Ads. One more round. Okay. White tees again. High winds out of the north. Very firm, extremely firm, and fast. What's going on, Andrew? How are you doing, dude? Howdy, howdy. Hope you're doing well. Is the music just really faint? Yes, it was in us. That was weird. I don't think I pressed anything. Maybe I did. Odd. Odd. Alright, well, let's leave that behind us. Not too shabby, honestly. Well, it's not a Monday. It's a Tuesday, close enough. Not too shabby is not a bad way to feel early in the week, I feel like. You know, it's just get the week going. Can't ask for too much. I am on the inner corner of that contact. Gotta be careful. Okay. I was apparently gonna miss that low, and boy was that moving otherwise. That was weird. It came off the putter face and it felt like it was just cooking, but it was only 2% over, which is like, what is happening? 38. Pitching wedge. It's extremely firm with the very fast. This is where it sucks because it's like, it's not like a crazy side, but it's below the feet. It's uphill, but it's wind, but it's left to right kick. I don't know. Somehow I'm like always way off on these. Yeah, would you look at that? It's like no matter how much I try and factor all the factors, something is just still very wrong. Come on, be good. Be good. Okay. Okay, we like that start. Very good. Keeping the momentum from the very end of the last round. Because we went six pars and a bogey on 10 through 16. But 17, 18, we're picking up from there. Okay, wind's not crazy here. Probably landing in the 220s. Hybrid will chase. Probably more than I want it to, honestly. Ah, Colby, you didn't straighten it out enough. That's too much draw. Yeah, distance not terrible. Everything else, though, not great. Oh, this dips at the end. No! It was such a good read. It was such a good read, too. It's just when it dives that hard, it is so difficult. Is this even... It's okay. 'Cause I don't think we'll get out to 400, but gives us the angle and yeah. Take the angle and the opportunity to hit one onto the green, but this is always one of those fun times where they don't want you to. My luck, this dies right on the fringe. Oh no. We're gonna go all the way through. Alright, well, you know. Suppose it is what it is. Hold it. Oh, how good that may have been. Actually, it probably, my luck, it would have been just below the hole, but... That's fine. That's a birdie, right? Up and down for birdie. We take those. This is actually like a partial... Because I don't want to go in the bunker. Need to just kind of feed it up the fairway. So what, you're... $71, 62. 7-iron is gonna feed just past it. Maybe just kind of right at it. A little bit of loft, a little bit of backspin. I don't want to do like anything too crazy here because I don't want to... Don't want to play it too short. I also didn't want to play it too far left, which I think we got that perfectly. Yeah, I'll take it. It's a tricky putt, mind you, but I'm gonna have to play this so far outside, I think. Because you're not hitting it hard, but it's breaking off immediately. Turn! Turn! See, with the downhill, I actually think it was just a little bit too much pace. I don't think it was the wrong read. I don't know what it is, but we've been locked in for whatever the points are for the power drive, which I guess is like as tight of a window as we can get. Very firm, or extremely firm, or whatever it is. I don't know. I know there's a lot of bouncing going on these greens. I think it's very firm, extremely firm. I don't think it's extremely very. Either way. Lots of bouncing to mind yourself with. I like the way that's peeling. Sit. Okay, baby release works for me. Okay, making decent strides on this front nine. 5 under through 7. Par 5 to go here. Pull it a little bit, but still in the fairway. It's probably not ideal angle here. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that there's really a place where we would be so smooth on it. I mean, maybe if you're up that right-hand side, like tight, you have a little bit of a look, but even with the way the wind is, even if I played a strong draw, like I can't muster that shot. Okay, so what can we do to get it? I don't even want to say like close. I just want to say like marginally. Maybe a fade so that we hit the upslope. Because at the end of the day here, this embankment is a big part of the play. And it's too short. Too short. We're in the bunker though, which is a lot better than it could have been. A lot better than it could have been. One 1% off. 1% off. Hey, do you think if we do the same thing for the 100th time here, we'll have a different result? Do you think I can just pat it up there and hit a spinner? I feel like I'm further than I want to be, but the problem is, with the extremely firms, like, I don't know, I feel like nothing is a good choice. Because I'm gonna have a crosswind, and you're gonna have spin control with the wedges. I actually somehow think that this shot is still the play. As long as it stays out of the rough, because if it goes in and finishes in the rough, we're kind of screwed. But if we can get ourselves, yeah, down here, like directly below, and then I don't think a pitch shot is, well, I don't know, you need something to release. I don't think you want the spinner, because trying to get the spinner correct here is going to be muy difícil, but the one time that I, like, completely botched the pitch. The one time. I've been actually, like, hitting it pretty well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, back to the pitch. Redemption time. What even is this? Honestly, I expected it to just keep running down the way that everything else went. All because we underhit. I mean, I underhit it by 4%, but completely underhit the pitch shot. But then after that, that was just like, I'm going to make this work. I'm not trying to just like hit it long. But then the putt doesn't go. Like, that was a mess. That was a mess. All right, so we're gonna follow up triple bogey, hole out eagle. What do you say? Almost had it. That was so close to the dunk. That was so close to the dunk. That would have been such a funny, like, walk off that and then just dunk the next approach shot. And be like, alright, triple bogey, eagle. It's a net of 1 over through those 2 holes. Golf is a very silly game that we play. Golf is a very silly game that we play. Fairly short chip for eagle on one of the par 5s, end up bogeying the hole. Yeah, it's like you chip it and then it runs and like next thing you know you're in this like place that is 10 times worse than you could have possibly imagined and you're like, how did we end up here? What's going on, Wesley? Alright, we're playing the Ridge. With the extremely firm and very fast, or I guess it's not quite very fast, with the extremely firms and everything, I want to try and roll this up there right to left instead of... I don't know, I just felt like if I go straight at it, that didn't quite run the way that I had hoped. Alright. Just a cat. Our triple bogey is sandwiched between 6 birdies. Maybe we can do a good enough job hiding it on the scorecard that nobody will notice. Yeah, just try and act like, nothing to see here. No, but it's also one of those, like, we're in the tail end of the tournament. I'm not in contention to win. We've made the cut. I'm not trying to, like, avoid the giant blow up. I'm trying to go for, like, I'm trying things, right? So, we try things and ultimately sometimes it's gonna bite, and that's okay. Come on. Spin it back. Oh, not quite. No! Yes! I thought I really babied that low side. I had very much so convinced myself that it was over before it was actually over. False alarm. We good. We're good. $96. I don't know. I feel like something with the tailwind, it was gonna want to sail on me. But this is gonna spin back now off the green. Yeah, not quite. I was gonna be short anyway. Okay. I don't feel as bad about missing that one. Yeah. Despite a triple bogey, we're 7 under. What could have been? Imagine we go up and down on that and we're 11 under, but here we are. Was that birdie potential worth 4 strokes? I guess so. Yeah, content. I'm not serious enough about my world golf ranking and all of that to be super concerned over the fact that I really botched a hole. Somebody out there would be having fits over that, but not me. Okay, I'm not leaving that low. The way I was looking at the putt at first, I was definitely leaving it low, but not this time. Oh, nice, I forget what they're called. And I obviously didn't notice it in the first 3 rounds. A nice little valley in the middle of the green, love that. Basically forcing us into like a partial iron shot, maybe, to keep the spin control up. Okay, I'm trying to... it's too deep. The wind's not going to hold it up. Ah! I tried to put a little bit of loft on it, and it was just a hair not enough. Okay. The real question becomes, how much break is there actually? Looks like I'm actually hitting through a decent amount. 59%. Okay. Okay. it was a pretty decent scorecard outside of that. I'm starting to feel like I threw away a decent finish here this week. Oh well. If I had known I was gonna birdie all these other holes, I wouldn't have been so stupid. So like, problem here is I think no matter what we do, this is gonna go long. The alternative play I say the alternative play is like take a 7-iron. I feel like I'm getting too frisky with it. You know? I feel like I'm getting too frisky with it if I'm trying to play it off of the fairway and all that. That seems like bad news bears. So let's try and play it off of the green and hit the fairway anyway. That's more like it. Honestly, not the most crooked of putts. Surprisingly. It's in there. It's in there, Todd. Thanks, man. By the skin of our teeth. Try to do that every time? I don't know why I didn't think of that. You're right. I probably should. It's a lot better than what I've been doing. Alright, par 5. Par 5 finisher. Can we finish on mayhaps an eagle? Let's try. Well, 2% underswing. That's not really going to help us out much. Oh. Still a chance at eagle, though. Don't look at the 9th hole. Just don't look at the 9th hole, okay? I don't want to talk about what it could have been. A really good final round minus a hole. What's my reward? Some muscle tights. Nice. Alright, so we're only 14 strokes off the lead. If you fix that hole, even just give us par, we're 10 off the lead. I see you up there, Andrew. Nice shooting, dude. Yeah, in game 16th, we'll move up a bit. 12 under of what could have been a 15 or 16 under final round. That's 12 under with the triple bogey. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, well, we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it shakes out. We definitely... Round 3 was not great, and then round 4, we missed out on, obviously, that hole. Overall, solid tournament. We've been playing pretty We've been playing pretty well, all things considered. We've been playing pretty well, all things considered. I feel like I'm starting to make some putts too, which is really nice. Yeah, not quite good enough on the Gers. T18 is 86.11. But that's pretty good furs. Pretty good furs. Tied with Homer up there. Found a lot of furs, did not convert it to as many Gers as I would have liked. But honestly, only 18 medium putts, 46% for me is good. I know I'm looking at these putt stats and like people are up in the 50s and 60s. But honestly, top 15 long putting and I had 48 of them. So that's a pretty good clip. I mean, my proximity was still good. 18 is solid. Your proximity, yeah, 14.4 feet. Your proximity was stellar. The hard part is, like, if the greens in regulation go down, then the proximity stack gets a little bit funky. And honestly, the medium putt miss was probably just that weird downhiller that I had after the one. 5 eagles. Actually high for here. Okay. I feel like normally when I have more eagles, people are like, look at me, I have 10. I'm like, I had 5. Birdie conversion rate was okay. But we one putt 2/3 of the time. Solid. Hers were 97%. I felt like, well, I guess some of those were par 5s, but I did feel like on some of the holes, like I just couldn't get it to stick and would get some like weird rollouts and stuff. Because I will say, very firms and like the extremely firm and very fast green setups, like I always feel like even with having as much power as I do, because I think on my irons and stuff, like I think I have 99 power on my driver and I have like 91 on my irons, but it's still always the way that these are set up. It's like, well, you have a tailwind and you have to take a 6-iron and like, oh, it's just gonna run away forever. I feel like so often I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to like sit the ball. And so maybe I play too aggressive and then I run it off the back instead of it being, you know, somewhere like a little bit more reasonable. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We are sitting T8 through 2. We're definitely not going to end that way because we shot only 19 under or whatever on the, or 20 under on the weekend. So I suspect we will be falling back, but should add to a list of solid performances that we've had since we've come back. Should add to a list of pretty solid performances since we've started playing plat again and just coming back from paternity leave. Alrighty. Now the question becomes, where do we go from here? Well, I guess first things first, thank you guys for watching, hanging out with me. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, around 8 p.m. Eastern after I get the kiddos to bed. We're going to play some Donkey Kong. So continue working through that. I know it's different. Sue me. Some people like different. But yeah, so we'll be back with that tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for